to the lineups in just a second when we get a chance. First pitch is in there for a called strike, 0-1.
Asher Sabum leading this game off as well, still in the leadoff spot, but he is the designated hitter here in game number 2. He's hitting for left fielder Carter Van Orden. A fastball misses just off the plate outside. Batting second's the catcher, number 8, Hudson Newell. Batting third, center fielder, number 23, Michael Morlinax. In the cleanup hole is the first baseman, number 17, Riley Hutchinson. Batting fifth is your shortstop, number 6, Jackson Ugla. Batting sixth is the third baseman, number 3, Spears Martin.
High fly ball hit into center field. N.J. Nance has to take about 3 steps back. Makes the catch for out number 1.
Very big out number 1 there. Would be a huge win if the Pirates can have a clean slate here in the top half of the first. And rounding out the last 3 spots in that Eagle lineup will be number 12, the right fielder, Austin Tambora. Batting 8 will be the second baseman, number 7, Ryan Kelly. And rounding out that Eagle lineup will be number 11, the pitcher, Brock Parker.
And I'll get you the Pirate lineup when we come up to bat. They're in the bottom half of the first. So 1 out now. Newell, the batter.
And Parker, he's not normally their number 2 guy, is he? I was kind of thinking they went to the center fielder in game 2.
I'm not 100% sure on that. I'll see what I can find out. 0-1 now. Now 1-1, misses low.
And I could have that wrong, but that's what somebody had told me earlier, so I was kind of looking for him to pitch game 2.
I believe Molinax will come in and toe the rubber if they need him to. He's more of a thrower/closer kind of a role.
Gotcha.
He is not your starting pitcher that you won't go in 6 to 7. He does throw hard, but his gas tank is not that big.
That slider's looking pretty good from Dason early, and it is 2-2 now.
So if you're just joining us, we are in game number 2. North Cobb Christian leads this series 1-0. Appleton County must win to stay alive and force a game 3.
Fastball just under the knees, and that runs things full, 3-2 to Newell.
North Cobb Christian is 1 win away from back-to-back state championships.
High fly ball hit deep in the left, but it's going to be foul.
And that was very impressive from Newell there, just to get a piece of that fastball that was up and in. Was able to turn on it. So 3-2 is the count. We'll do it again here. Top half of the first. North Cobb Christian is the away team in game number 2. Appleton County, the home team in game number 2. Appleton County in their all black with the white pinstripes. And North Cobb Christian is in their off-whites.
Fouled straight back into the net. We'll do it again at 3-2.
Top half of the first. Hudson Newell in the box here, putting up a very good fight with 2 strikes. Full count here to the Eagle catcher.
They're going to say that one missed, as I think Livingston wanted that call.
I believe all of the Pirate fans wanted that call, including me, unless that changeup was much more in than I thought it was. That pitch did not miss by much at all. We're going to get a courtesy runner for the North Cobb Christian catcher. Looks like we have number 8.
No, number 8 came off.
I think that was number 9.
Fortahide?
It is 9, yes.
I probably just butchered that name, but he is the runner.
Michael Mullinax in the box. 1 out, top half of the first.
Fastball misses away to Mullinax, 1-0.
We fed Mullinax a steady diet of changeups in game number 1 and kept him at bay. I believe we are going to stick with that game plan here in game number 2 and hopefully keep him right where he was in game number 1.
That one catches his own, 1-1.
And this umpire definitely has a different strike zone than the one we saw in game 1.
Yeah, he's not giving the edges like that first one was.
Reminds me of your more traditional college umpire.
Or I should say thus far, he hasn't. Get off the end of the bat, but foul.
And that was another change up there from Griffiths as Appling County is sticking to that game plan and feeding Mullinax a ton of change-ups here. You can count on one hand how many fastballs he's seen in 4 to 5 at-bats so far. 1-2's the count to the North Cobb Christian center fielder and UGA commit Michael Mullinax, switch hitting center fielder. That will be furthering his education and baseball career in the classic city of Athens.
The ball gatherer down there taking his time. He went to pick up that foul ball. That's what the delay is.
1-2's the count to Michael Mullinax. Dason Griffiths comes set.
Oh, that hit him.
Not what you want there. Dason Griffiths was looking for the back foot slider there, and instead of the back foot, he actually caught the front foot. So that puts runners at first and second with only one out, and Riley Hutchinson approaching the plate, who had a very good game number one as well. And behind Hutchinson, you've got Jackson Ugla, who swung it just as good as anybody in game number one, including a solo shot that ricocheted off the scoreboard back into the field of play.
And North Cobb has showed they don't mind playing small ball right here, so we'll be interested to see if he tries to bunt both of these guys over and leave it up to Ugla to drive them in.
Would not shock me one bit. North Cobb playing for that early lead, as the Pirates could not muster up a ton of runs or hits in game number one. You've got to like your chances with an early lead.
First pitch to Hutchinson, no bunt, swings and misses, 0-1.
And granted, you do have a very good cleanup hitter in Hutchinson. So early on in the game, you could go either way with this and plead your case on either side of the fence here. But North Cobb Christian's head coach obviously trusts his cleanup hitter.
Dason out of the stretch. And 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball is a great one, 0-2.
That was a nice pitch there, and now he's got him thinking, and he was behind that first fastball, so probably wouldn't mind seeing an elevated fastball right here. He's definitely got him guessing now.
And ladies and gentlemen, I know it is not typical for Appling County to drop game number one, but the Pirates have done it the hard way all the way throughout the playoffs after round number one, playing 3 games in the last 4 rounds, or I say the last 3 rounds, with this being round number 5 and the Ultimate Series state championship it is, and that breaking ball misses away for ball number 1.
I will remind everybody, as I talked to a couple people in between games, we did this in 2012. We dropped game 1, and we come back and still won the state championship against Pierce County.
That you did. Your ace, Byron, dropped game 1, and then your 2 guy and Josh Dean come in a very clutch moment, very big moment, and pitched the game of his life in game number 2. Secured a massive win for the Pirates, which ultimately led to Byron coming back in game 3 after several days of rain. And he carried us to a state championship.
Yeah, I played out probably the best game Buxton ever pitched.
1-2, popped up foul. And we'll do it again.
If I remember correctly, Tab, we were on that call. I think Buxton, struck out 19 of
I think
21
it was 18 to 21.
It was 18. Connor Simmons holds the Appling County record for single-game strikeouts at 20, and Byron comes in at number 2 with 18.
One-two pitch. Ground ball, high chopper, going to step on third for 1, throws it across to first, not in time.
Great job of Landon Anderson not getting ahead of himself there and thinking about the double play. Goes ahead and secures the lead runner there at third base. Gets a very big out, number 2. And we do see Ugla this inning with ducks on the pond. So we do know what kind of power he does possess. His father possessed some of that power, if not more, and passed it down a generation.
And we are backed up this time finally in left field. Makes me feel a whole lot better. Not quite as shallow in game one.
First and second, 2 outs, top half of the first for the Eagles.
Breaking ball, called for a strike, 0-1. And I had a couple of people ask me if I had a pretty good view of the home run back in game number 1. They thought it hit the top of the fence. We had a great view. And all three of us agreed that it hit the scoreboard. So I think it was a good home run.
Without a doubt, that ball was crushed.
0-1 popped up foul.
Well, I know you can't see it at home, but it hit somewhere around where the Coca-Cola emblem is.
Yeah.
It was way out of here.
It may have been a different view from the people on the ground, but up here it was pretty clear.
0-2 to Ugla. North Cobb Christian with runners on first and second. 2 outs, top half of the first. 0-0 is still your score here in game number 2. Just a little keep me honest move.
Do I have the count wrong, or do they?
I have 0-2.
I have 0-2.
The home plate umpire has 0-2 as well.
I was wondering because they haven't messed up on the scoreboard yet. Now I see 0-1. So it had me questioning myself if it's been right every other pitch.
Yeah, he took a curveball on
the first pitch and then foul one off. Correct. All right, so 0-2 here to Ugly with 2 outs, runners on first and second, no score. Got him swinging, and Dason gets out of it. And you can tell Dason is amped up on the mound.
Fired up in a big way there. Breaking ball gets Ugly swinging to end the top half of the first, sending game number 2 into the bottom half of the first. Still 0-0 after half a frame here at J.I. Clements Stadium in Statesboro, Georgia, heading to the bottom half of the first, 0-0. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
Remember when appliances were built to last? Fales Furniture in Hazelhurst does. They're your store for Speed Queen, ultra-reliable, top-rated washers and dryers. When you spend your hard-earned dollars on an appliance, it should reward you with decades of service. Rest assured, Speed Queen will deliver. While you're at Fales, be sure to ask them about their Speed Queen refrigerators and freezers. Fales Furniture, the Little Big Store in downtown Hazelhurst.
I'm gonna tell about the good old days.
They take the pain out of propane. Sykes Propane in Baxley is here to take care of all your residential, commercial, and agricultural propane needs. Sykes Propane also sells Warming Trends fire pits, Peterson Real Fire gas logs, Renai water heaters, Generac generators, and True Flame grills and outdoor kitchens. Owners Daniel and Danny Sykes are looking forward to serving you soon. Sykes Propane, located at 2174 Hatch Parkway South in Baxley. Give them a call at 912-367-1151.
Hey y'all, this is Appin County Sheriff Mark Melton, proud supporter of our Pirate baseball team. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve you as sheriff. I'm seeking re-election and I'm counting on your vote. When it comes to serving and protecting the citizens of Appin County, my staff and I will crowd the plate and swing for the fences every single time. So help us hit a home run this election season. I'm Sheriff Mark Melton and I approve this message.
All right, welcome back. Bottom half of the first. Again, Appin County is the home team here. So Colin Ewaldson is going to lead things off for the Pirates. It'll be Ewaldson, Hall, Griffiths, Nats, Livingston, Anderson, Sykes, Edenfield, and Walls. First pitch to Colin as he come unglued on that one and fouled it back.
That he did. Front shoulder flew up in just a tad bit early, causing that bat head to stay behind. But, yes, very aggressive hack there from Ewaldson, trying to make this a 1-0 baseball game early.
Fastball started to call it a strike, looked like, but he held up 1-1. I seen his hand go up, thought he was going to ring him.
He wanted to.
One good backdoor breaking ball. 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Colony Walton. And, yes, that is the scouting report here. Brock Parker, mid-80s fastball, good breaking ball.
Went right back to it, but missed upstairs, 2-2.
Does have a changeup that he will go to every now and then, but mainly a 2-pitch guy.
Fastball low, and Colin, in typical Colin fashion, worked it back 3-2.
That he has. Good to see Colony Walton seeing some pitches in the box. 3-2 to you, Walton.
High fly ball hit in the left field. It's going to get foul. Man, that looked fair for a long time from our angle, but it was a good bit foul.
It did, as it was just out of reach for the left fielder. We'll do it again here. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the Pirate leadoff, Colony Walton. If you're just joining us, Appling County is on the short end of the stick in game number 1, losing 6-2. Back at it here in game number 2.
3-2 in the dirt, and Colin draws a leadoff walk and shakes his head at the dugout all the way down and says, let's go.
Just what the doctor ordered, and here's your typical Pirate scenario. Probably going to lean towards the small ball attack and manufacture some early runs here in game number 2. You've got Dason Griffiths on the mound, who looked very sharp in the top half of the first, other than the base on balls and the hit by pitch. Grayson Hall in the box here. First plate appearance in game number 2.
Squares around the bunt, pops it up, and it's going to be out of reach of the catcher.
Got to keep that barrel on a level plane there. Let that ball travel to you. It's going to get to you. Do not reach for that baseball.
Yeah, can't pop anything up around this catcher. He is very athletic.
He is. You do not want to tilt the bat. You want to bend your knees and go up and down. Quick pick off over to first base. Colony Walton dives back in safely. Do not do it with the bat. Do it with your body. 0-1 here to Hall. Squares around very early.
Another pickoff attempt. I'd love to see Grayson square around and pull back and slap one to the right side.
Or pull one straight down the third base
Either
line.
way, we'll take it.
You keep them honest with it, as Appling County has not done that all year.
Great bunt if it stays fair, but it's going to get just foul down the right side.
And these are the scenarios that Appling County has to execute to a T on if you want to beat this North Cobb Christian team here in game number 2.
Yes, they are the reigning state champions for a reason. You got to do the little things right, and you can't make mistakes in this game so we can force it to game 3 tomorrow.
So now you're in the hole 0-2. Sure, the bunt will be off here. He'll be back to swinging.
Yes, takes the bunt off. As you can see, Hall has his toes on that white line.
Way outside. Tried to get him to chase 1-2.
And Hall just needs to take the approach he did in game 1. If they throw it outside, take it and line try to right like he did a couple times in game 1.
1-2 here to Grayson.
As he stays alive there, hits one off the end of the bat, foul. As they just threw the foul ball back in, and it almost hit Grayson.
Yeah, whoever done that, that was not a wise decision.
As Appling County has a very thick student section right there beside the dugout. Tip of the cap to the Appling County students making the short trip to Statesboro to support their fellow baseball team and fellow classmates. Fastball misses up in the zone for ball 2. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 9:01 local time here at J.I. Clements Stadium, game number 2.
Ground ball back up the middle, and that's through for a base hit.
Great piece of hitting there by Grayson Hall. Got himself in a hole by the bunts, but he won the battle in the end, and that was a nice hit.
It was amazing. Grayson's just getting hotter and hotter by the game.
That he is, and it's not pretty. It's not flashy by no means, but Hall just taking what they give him and working with it and finding holes along the way as Hall singles right back up the middle. So now Appling County's Got runners at first and second, nobody out, bottom half of the first, and Dason Griffith steps in the box looking to help himself out here.
That's what 3 hits in a row for Grayson Hall, going back to the last game.
That it is, and the head coach from North Cobb steps out the dugout.
And the strikeout there at the end.
And tells his outfielders to take a few steps back, and I believe the left fielder actually took 2 or 3 in.
Yeah, this might not be the guy you want to take steps in on.
No, and there's a nice gap out there. If this ball gets hit in the gap, we'll score 2 easily. Grayson Hall is quick enough to go from first to home.
As I do not know the scouting report they have on Dason, but I would not be shading my left fielder into left center.
Absolutely not.
But we'll take it, unless they're going to pitch to it.
Dason's going to square way outside, 1-0.
As it is all hands on deck, and
maybe that's a bluff square.
Possibly. See the defensive alignment, see what you're going to get, see where they're going. So I do expect the third baseman to stay home after he reads the bunt. If the bunt's not to him, which in this situation you want to bunt that baseball to the third baseman and make him field it.
He's going to square around again, outside, 2-0. And some pitchers just have a tough time throwing a strike when you square.
That they do. They know you're trying to give them an out, but it is one of the hardest pitches you'll ever throw.
I tell you what, I'd give somebody probably $5 or $10 if they found the air conditioner controls in here.
And I'd give somebody another 10 or 15 if they didn't touch them.
It is definitely chilly in here. I'll have to agree with that. But, Taft, we're a good bit older than Mason, so maybe our blood's a little thinner.
Young and feeling good over here, and we over here freezing to death. Squares around way upstairs, and it's 3-0, and he's in danger of walking the bases loaded here.
That would be nice. NJ had a couple of good swings in game 1.
He did.
3-0 here to Griffiths. Pirates have runners at first and second, nobody out, bottom half of the first.
Squares around, pulls it back, and that'll be ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk, and that's going to load them up for the bases with no outs and bring up in Jaden Nance. That'll also get a mound visit. Mason climbs up and out of here so he can handle some stuff as we got the mound visit. And what an opportunity for the Pirates right here.
And he's letting them talk for a long time, Tad.
He sure is.
He's finally going to slowly make his way out there. The Pirates have to take advantage of this right here. We need to score as many as we can right here, bases loaded, no out. We need to put the pressure on them that they put on us in game 1.
Yes, we do. As we've been saving Dason for game 3, but in this situation, that's just not an option. You can't get to game 3 if you don't win game 2. So you have to run Dason out on the mound now. You got to get a win, and then when you get to game 3, you worry about that when it gets here.
Yeah, that's what somebody mentioned that to me in between the games. Said, or you think Dason goes game 2? I said, absolutely. And they said, what about game 3? I said, it'll be all hands on deck, and you throw everybody you got to throw.
And Jaden Nance had a huge hack at that one, but came up empty, 0-1. As he was trying to make this a 4-0 game.
Yes, he was. I would love for him to find a gap right here.
0-1. Popped up straight over our head.
Got a courtesy runner in there for Dason. Not sure what that number is.
And Mason about tumbled there. We're in a tight area up here.
That we are. 5'10", 229 pounds does not maneuver in a tight area very well.
0-2 pitch to Nance, way upstairs, 1-2. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Nance has just got to find a way to get this ball in play. They don't have their infield, every one of them in. And so
middle's back.
Yeah.
They will concede a run for 2 outs, which they'll have a hard time rolling a double play.
Oh, my goodness.
My goodness.
And that was as bad of a strike call as I've seen in 2 months.
Yes, that ball ended up in the left-hand batter's box. It was that far outside.
Holy. I don't even know what to say.
Other than that was a very bad call. That is the honest way to put it. But the home plate umpire ultimately has the only say-so and the last say-so. So NJ Nance goes down looking in a very big situation. Middle infield still back. Corners playing in to cut down that run at home plate.
Popped up. Will it stay in play? It will not.
Let's hope this one doesn't get through back into the field of play and hit anybody.
Yeah. Somebody thought they were at the Chicago Cubs field. Appleton County fans getting on their feet.
Oh, 0-1 here to Nate Livingston.
Who's been huge in these type of spots.
That he has senior leadership.
0-1 outside. That's the same pitch that they rung Nance up on,
if not a better one.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think that one was better. I think the one you called a strike on Nance was probably another ball outside of that where that one was.
It's a blessing I am up here in this booth. 1-1 to Livingston.
Hit off the end of the bat and foul off the net down the right side.
And not only was it a bad call, it is a very pivotal situation. I know it's the bottom half of the first, but bases loaded, nobody out, in what could be a turning point in this game very early on.
Well, that's what Parker needed as a pitcher. He needed a strikeout right there.
Oh.
You're looking at it from North Cobb's perspective.
Without a doubt. A strikeout was honestly one of the best outcomes you could have wished for there, and that puts North Cobb in a situation now where a ground ball gets you out of a bases loaded with nobody out threat.
1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and that'll be another strikeout. And it'll be down to Landon Anderson with 2 outs.
These situations right here are what will come back and bite you in the tail and lose you a baseball game. Bases loaded, nobody out. Nobody's asking you to hit a grand slam. Nobody's asking you to hit a bases clear and double. Just put the ball in play. Give us a chance.
That's exactly right. That could hurt us.
So now you need a base hit, as that one's going to miss the zone, 1-0. Or a pass ball or something to even score a run.
1-0 here to Anderson. Bases are still loaded.
Swung on way behind the fastball there. 1-1.
Bottom half of the first.
Got a piece of that one straight into the net. 1-2.
Bases are still loaded for Appleton County. First 3 men in the lineup reached base consecutively. 4-hole went down looking. Livingston struck out swinging, and Landon Anderson is now in a 1-2 hole. 2 outs, bottom half of the first.
Catches outside corner. That's called strike 3. That's one you can't watch with 2 strikes. And the Pirates leave them loaded with nobody out. Going into the top half of the second, no score. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
Play ball!
Woody Folsom Ford is always proud to support the Pirates. When it comes to financing, selection, service, and sales, the team at Woody Folsom Ford knows how to hit it out of the park. Round the bases to Woody Folsom Ford in Baxley and see for yourself.
Let's go!
New or pre-owned, bling or budget, big or small, Woody Folsom Ford has them all. And ask about the lifetime powertrain warranty. It all starts when you talk to Woody.
It's gone!
Go Pirates!
Getting only one fuel bill a month sure saves time and money, and that's just one of the many benefits since Murray Oil and Omaha Oil have teamed up. The combined businesses mean better pricing on most petroleum products. Be sure to fill up at the convenient key pumps just off South Main Street in Baxley, where all grades of fuel are available. And now when you need diesel, they make it easy to get your DEF fluid at the same time with their convenient DEF pump, only at Omaha Oil. Murray Oil and Omaha Oil, working together to better serve you.
Hit a home run at every bat with state-of-the-art procedures at Little White Lies Med Spa. We are conveniently located in Baxley, Georgia, and offer a wide variety of aesthetic procedures sure to give you a glam slam. Little White Lies Med Spa of Baxley, proud supporters of the Appleton County Pirates.
Welcome back. As we're going into the top half of the second, Pirates squandered a pretty good attempt there to get some early runs on the board, as we had the bases loaded with nobody out and had back-to-back strikeouts for Parker to get out of the inning.
Yeah, pretty impressive there from Brock Parker there. Bases loaded, nobody out, and gets back-to-back Ks to work himself out of what was a very big threat from Appleton County in the bottom half of the first. 6, 7, 8 due up for North Cobb Christian here in the top half of the second.
First pitch from Dason's going to miss outside, 1-0 to Spears Martin.
Top half of the second, 0-0 is your score.
Swung on and missed, 1-1.
They are really struggling in the early part of this game with the off-speed from Dason.
One end cap shot, foul. And it's now 1-2.
This team is a really good fastball hitting team, so you've got to keep them off balance.
It's going to be fouled back into the net.
You just caught a piece of that.
0-2 once again here to Spears Martin, the Eagle third baseman.
Upstairs, started to go, but held up. 1-2, or 2-2, I believe. It is. No score here early in this one, top half of the second. Got the swing and the miss, and that'll be a strikeout to lead off the second inning.
And I'm not sure, I'm not as good at calling pitches as y'all, but that looked like maybe a changeup.
It was.
And that goes to show you they're struggling with the off speed.
That they are. Changeup is the one pitch Colony Watson had a lot of faith early on in the game, and the one pitch that did get him outs when he needed it. Caden Walls come in, changed the pace a ton, was very successful, and you see Dason using it as well as he gets that pitch over the outside corner to right fielder Austin Tambor for strike number 1.
Must have missed low, 1-1.
One ball, one strike to Austin Tambor. Top half of the second.
That one catches the corner, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, I was going to be concerned if he didn't call that one, and he scared me for a second.
1-2.
Popped up foul straight over our heads.
And we'll do it again here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Zero to 0 is your score, top half of the second of game number 2.
He was very early on that one. You don't see a ball hit there very often.
You sure do not.
And he hit that as a pop fly over the North Cobb dugout down third base line.
Pretty impressive, if I must say so myself.
From the right-handed side of the box, mind you.
1-2 is the count. Top half of the second, still scoreless here in game number 2. North Cobb Christian does lead the series 1-0.
9:17 on the clock, and we're only in the top half of the second here in game 2. Blew that one right by him, and that'll be back-to-back strikeouts to start off the second.
Jason Griffiths reached back for a little extra on that fastball and blew it right by Tamboris. He stood no chance. So 2 outs, top half of the second. That brings Ryan Kelly up to the plate for his first plate appearance here in game number 2.
Right down the middle, 0-1.
As you said, 9:17, and just in a second. I hope maybe the principal of the high school maybe let these kids come in late tomorrow in this big student section.
I hope my boss will let me come in late tomorrow.
I feel the same way. I think my answer will be no with mine.
One swung on and missed, way behind the fastball there. 1-2.
He's got them really guessing right now.
He does. And when they gear up for the fastball, he's dropping the changeup on them.
That he is throwing the fastball very well, but changeup's been the best pitch so far, and he's at his best when that changeup is his best pitch.
Fly ball hit into left field, or actually short left field. Grayson Hall coming over and dives, and it hits off the end of his glove, and the turf might have played a little bit of a role there.
No, it did. Grayson Hall actually caught that ball and just was not able to hold on to it and have a secure hold going to the ground.
Yeah, overran it a little bit.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say. He overran it. I think that ball came back towards fair territory a little bit, and he just overran it. But no doubt the turf also played a part.
So we'll do it again here. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ryan Kelly.
As over here at Georgia Southern, it's grass in between the chalk. But then as soon as you get into foul territory, it's turf.
So not the same traction as you have running on grass and dirt. And you change surfaces very quickly.
And as you get later in the night and some dew starts getting on the ground, you wonder if they'll play into effect.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and Dason strikes out the side here in the top half of the second. As he's wheeling and dealing early in this one, going into the bottom half of the second. No score. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
This is Gretchen Bailey, Appleton County Probate Judge. Appleton County has always been my home. The Appleton County Pirates have always been my hometown team. Roots are what bind a community, and they run deep in this Appleton County resident. The Appleton County Probate Court documents your roots, and with each new birth, those roots continue to grow. I desire to honor my roots by serving the citizens of Appleton County. Honor your roots this election. Make your voice heard, and re-elect Gretchen Bailey, Appleton County Probate Judge.
Paid for by the candidate.
Identify yourself.
WUFE and W244CR. Bexley.
I like them even better now.
The greatest hits of all time. The Big Wolf 96.7.
Hart Contracting Enterprises in Baxley is proud to sponsor this broadcast, and they're proud to be setting the platinum standard in construction. From foundations to finishes, they do it right. Hart does everything from commercial and industrial construction to concrete services, structural steel fabrication, and assembling pre-engineered metal buildings. Call owner Travis Bunch at 912-687-0950 or owner Brian Britt at 912-278-4186. Hart Contracting Enterprises in Baxley. Small town values, big time bills.
Looking for the perfect manufactured or modular home? Look no further. Introducing Uri's Home Center, your premier manufactured home dealer serving Georgia, Florida, and Tennessee. At Uri's Home Center, we're committed to finding you the ideal manufactured or modular home that fits your lifestyle and budget. Whether you're a first-time buyer, a growing family, or looking to downsize, we have the home for you. Call us today, 912-240-0111, or visit us on the web at uris.com. That's YUREZZ.com. Promotional offers and availability may vary. See store for details.
Welcome back here as J.E. Sykes watches the first pitch in there for a called strike from Parker. No score here, bottom half of the second. Ground ball, base hit into right field, and that was a great swing by J.E. Sykes.
Yes, sir. J.E. Sykes saw that ball all the way, and
he's going to turn that into a double.
Wow. What an aggressive heads-up play there by J.E. And the shortstop does have the ball right there on top of him. But, yes, heads-up play there by John Evans Sykes as he was hustling, never took his eyes off of the ball. And he saw the right fielder struggle with it initially and dropped the ball. And J.E. Sykes capitalized on it, moving up 90 feet into scoring position to lead off the bottom half of the second.
You know, when he hit that ball, I was thinking, that's just going to be a single. It was hit so hard. But, yeah, like you said, a heads-up base running. And again, we've got a runner in scoring position with no outs.
And you see that first baseman's already 3 to 4 steps in. As if you're Isaac Edenfield and you're asked to bunt, as first baseman does retreat 2 steps, you want to bunt this baseball to the third baseman. Make him field this ball.
100%. As they're going to square around, but pulls it back as it misses way outside 1-0.
Because your pitcher's going to break to the third base line and cover this side, but you've got a right-handed pitcher on the mound. He's falling towards the first base side. Going to be a very tough play for the pitcher to make or the third baseman.
And anything can happen on this play.
Well, again, we're seeing when we square the bunt, this young man is having a hard time throwing strikes.
Second baseman is going to cover the bag at first. But we've seen that many, many times go wrong. Way outside, 3-0. And, yeah, when we square around, boy, he has a tough time finding the zone.
Now, I'm squaring around here, but I'm pulling back immediately so you can make him throw a strike.
Squares around again, pulls it back, and that's going to be a 4-pitch walk to Isaac Edenfield, and that'll bring up Caden Walls.
Who's been a very good bunter all season long.
He has.
And just to stay hot and carry that momentum from game number 1 where he towed the rubber in a very big situation and did a tremendous job for Appleton County. And hopefully carries that mentality into the box here, and another big moment where he can give the Pirates runners at second and third with 1 out and back to the top of the lineup.
Jeff, how many pitches is this kid threw already? He seems like he's threw a lot.
Around 35.
You've got to get this bunt down.
He's going to pull it back, but that one's a called strike.
So 0-1 to Caden Walls. Runners at first and second here. Bottom half of the second for Appleton County. Nobody out. 0-1 is the count to Walls. 0-0 is still your score.
Squares around. He gets it down. Very good bunt. Going to be a tough play. He struggles with it at first, throws it over to first, just in time for the out. And I mean by half a step.
That it was. Caden Walls got the bunt down. Regardless of whether he was safe or out, he did his job. Him beating that out would have been icing on the cake there, as Appleton County does have runners at first and second. I apologize, second and third with 1 out. You see the corners in. They've got the scouting report that Appleton County does like to bunt some in situations where you would see a safety squeeze. So they are on the cut of the grass. North Cobb Christian does have action in the bullpen already. Got a southpaw woman up down there.
He's going to bring up Colin E. Watson. Breaking ball upstairs, 1-0. And
there's nobody I would rather see in this lineup in this position right now.
I agree 100%. Great opportunity for the Pirates to hit the board first.
Take an early lead.
Low, 2-0.
As that strike zone is continuing to shrink.
Yeah, back to that play where the close call at first, that was so close. Whichever way it went, you couldn't argue. I mean, it was just that close.
2-0 to Colin E. Watson.
Breaking ball way upstairs, 3-0.
As you can tell, they're not giving E. Watson a whole lot to hit at all here.
They're not.
And I do not blame them one bit.
He's seen, 3 breaking balls in a row and all 3 up in the zone?
That's right. Nothing very hittable at all. If he gets himself out, that's a plus.
He pulls it back. That one just does catch the outer half, 3-1.
Yeah, you're not giving E. Watson nothing to hit in this situation, I don't believe. If he chases your pitch, great. If you walk him, you do have first base available.
And a very hot hitter behind him.
Pickoff attempt at second.
With a runner on third. Very questionable there.
Interesting.
They must be very comfortable with that. You do not typically see it. And being you do not typically see it, they were hoping they could catch him off guard at second base. So we'll do it again here. 3 balls and 1 strike to E. Watson.
Swung on, and I think he chased ball 4. But he fouled it off.
Yeah, not your ideal 3-1 swing from Colin. But nonetheless, he does get another opportunity here. Bottom half of the second. Pirates are threatening here. Runners at second and third with only 1 out.
Payoff pitch to Colin. And he stays alive, fouls it off the net.
And I believe Colin E. Watson is very aware of the simple fact of what you cannot do here, and that's strike out. Just put the bat on the ball. Make them make a play.
That's exactly right. We failed to do that in the bottom of the first. We can't fail to do that again here.
And he fights another one off.
And it's going to have to be an obvious ball right here for Colin to let it go by, because y'all are exactly right. He understands the situation. I can't put this in the umpire's hands. I've got to put a ball in play.
You can probably count on one hand how many times Colin E. Watson's went down looking this year.
3-2 again. Payoff pitch to Colin E. Watson.
And that one almost hit him. May have hit him.
Regardless,
the ball.
He does get first base, and that's going to load the bases here for probably the hottest hitter in this Pirate lineup as of right now in this state championship series.
And 2 innings in a row, the Pirates have bases loaded with less than 2 outs.
I hope Grayson takes the same approach he took all day. Look for that center to right field and hit something on the line and score a couple of runs here.
Middle infield playing back at double play depth. Fastball misses inside, 1-0.
Nowhere to put him, so they're going to have to come after him.
1-0 to Hall. Bases are loaded, full of Pirates. 0-0, bottom half of the second.
Fly ball hit into right field. Short right field. They're going to tag at third. Here comes the throw into home. They're going to cut it. And it's 1-0 Appleton County.
Pirates strike first here in game number 2 in the bottom half of the second. Grayson Hall does his job and elevates the pitch from Parker into right field, and that plates the first run of the ball game. Here in game number 2, Appleton County does take an early lead, 1-0. And that's going to bring up Dason Griffiths. And Pirates may not be done yet here in the bottom half of the second.
Yeah, Dason going to be looking to help himself right here.
As Edenfield did move up to third, so it's runners at the corners now with 2 outs. And a 2-out hit, you know the old cliche.
2-out hits win baseball games. Very good wheels at first base, as we have not tried this North Cobb Christian catcher yet.
Fastball right down the middle. It's not what Dason was looking for, 0-1.
(0-1) here to the Pirate pitcher, Dason Griffiths. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Bottom half of the second. Appleton County leads 1-0.
Outside, they act like they're going to go to second, but he slams on the brakes, and that is E. Watson over there, 1-1 now.
And I believe that was Appleton County trying to steal a run once again, as we did against Mount Perrin.
With the early break.
That it was, and Colin broke early, slammed on brakes, and catcher thought better and did not throw that baseball. And that pitch was called a strike.
Was it?
It sure was.
Okay. Way outside, 1-2. I spoke too soon when I said they wasn't giving much at the outside corner.
I clearly thought that was a ball as well. And it looks like the umpire's holding up 2-1.
That it is. So didn't have it wrong on the board for the first time today. 2 balls and 1 strike to Dason Griffiths.
Got all of that one, but hit it foul.
Hit it in the wrong direction and
towards Taft's car over there.
And I specifically parked over there thinking no foul balls. There's been a couple headed that way.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Dason Griffiths in the box. Appling County leads 1-0, bottom half of the second. Griffiths looking to help himself out here.
2-2 ground ball base hit into left field. That's going to be 2-0 Appling County.
Clutch piece of hitting there from Griffiths. Had 2 strikes and just put the barrel on the ball. Not trying to do too much, but takes what Parker gives him and serves it right through the 5-6 hole for a 2-out single. That plates another Pirate. Appling County leads 2-0 here in the bottom half of the second.
Got a courtesy runner coming in for Dason.
And you've got to think the leash on Brock Parker's probably fairly short.
Yeah, the lefty's been down in the bullpen getting warm for quite a while now. As already having the 51 pitches here in the bottom of the second.
And that's going to bring up Pirates center fielder N.J. Nance, who went down on a very questionable called third strike in his first plate appearance.
2 outs. Pirates do still have a runner in scoring position and 1 at first, leading this game 2-0. Way down low and outside, 1-0.
Colony Watson, the Pirate base runner, out at second base. You've got to think if Nance singles here, likely 3-0 Appling County.
It was a swing and a miss, 1-1.
Nance was trying to do more than a single right there.
He sure was.
Yeah, his first pitch, he's been doing that, especially in this series. 1-1, hit foul. I wonder how many foul balls this glass right here is taking. Probably quite a few.
Many more than I'd like to take in the face.
As that one didn't miss by much. 1-2 now. Almost hit him right over his helmet.
That's about the third Pirate batter he's almost hit in the head. I believe if Nance reaches, this is probably his last batter.
2-2 pitch. Breaking ball got him chasing. And not before the Pirates hang up a crooked number and put up a 2 spot and take a 2-0 lead headed into the top half of the third. Dason Griffiths headed back to the mound. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
You've reached Cody's cell phone. Please leave me a message after the beep and I'll call you back. Hey man, listen, I know your trailer's busted and you want to borrow mine, but I'm going to need it this weekend. So just do what I did. Go to Down to Earth Trailers in Baxley. Their parts showroom is huge. They will hook you up with everything you need to get your trailer up and running like brand new. They have a huge selection. They've been in business for over 20 years, so you know they're in it for the long haul. Give Down to Earth Trailers a call at 877-363-3007. Let's go for a slice. Village Pizza in Baxley has the best pizza around. Everybody knows that, but did you know they've also got a variety of delicious cheese sticks, fresh sandwiches, and barbecue and hot wings? Why not treat yourself to the lunch buffet? It's chock full of just about everything your heart and stomach desires, and it's available from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. They've got a party room in the back, perfect for birthday parties and meetings. Village Pizza on North Main Street in Baxley, open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. Give Village Pizza a call, 912-367-9851.
There are many ways to establish a working relationship with your bank. Let us help you find the perfect relationship here at Community Bank of Georgia. Our knowledgeable staff is committed to forming a relationship with each customer to provide a sense of unity to obtain the highest level of customer service. Whether you are opening a checking account for your children or opening your first business, experience relationship banking the way it used to be here at Community Bank of Georgia. Come see me, Perry White, or any of our courteous staff at Community Bank of Georgia at 700 West Parker Street in Baxley.
Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Welcome back, Pirate fans. We're in the top half of the third. North Cobb Christian has 9-1-2 due up. Brock Parker has already seen a pitch from Dason Griffiths, missed outside for ball number 1. Comes back with a fastball, catches the outside corner, evens the count up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Appleton County hung a crooked number up in the bottom half of the second. Take a 2-0 lead. Here in game number 2, as that ground ball is hit to Isaac Edenfield. He fields it cleanly. Tosses it underhand to Dason Griffiths, who's covering first base for out number 1 here, and that's going to flip the lineup back over to Asher Sable.
Nice 3-1 put out there.
Very big out number 1 there as you're turning this lineup back over to a very dangerous part of it. So 1 out, top half of the third. Sabum steps in the box. Appleton County leads 2-0.
Ground ball hit to the shortstop, throws it across in time for out number 2.
2 very quick outs after putting up a crooked number in the bottom half to really keep momentum on your side right here. If we can get this next out, and they're only hitting for about a minute and 30 seconds, and we get back in there putting the bats on the ball.
That's exactly right. Take a big lead. I say take a big lead. Take an early lead in the bottom half of the second. Come out and get North Cobb Christian in order. In the top half of the third, you've got to think Appleton County does gain some more momentum here. Hudson Newell steps in the box.
Breaking ball had him ducking, but it was a little bit up in the zone. 1-0.
It had to be up because it crossed right back across the heart of the plate.
The 1-0 to Hudson Newell. Fastball misses down and away for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes here to the North Cobb Christian catcher.
Mullinax waits on deck. Fastball swung on and missed. He was nowhere close to that. 2-1.
And that would have been 3-0, but it's like they're thinking when I get a chance, he will throw me a fastball. I've got to swing at it because I may not see one for 2 or 3 more pitches.
There's no doubt they've been sitting dead red both games. They touched Colin Ewalton up pretty good, and that's saying something. Asking him for help. They say he did not go, and I think he got the call right.
I do agree with them. The worst they can tell you is no, but you'll mess around every once in a while and get one that you were not expecting to get, and the tides turn that much more. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Hudson Newell. As that fastball's got to be up.
No, I don't know. I'm just as perplexed as the Appleton fans here.
And I believe Hudson Newell.
I believe that was actually ball 4, and they're trying to check. Yep, the second base umpire is saying put him on first. The board had the count wrong. I believe it was 3-1 instead of 2-2.
It was ball 4. Well, it wasn't ball 4,
right,
but
it wasn't.
According to the umpire, it was ball 4.
Yeah, I would love to know where that missed because
and listen, we've done nothing but give these umpires credit throughout the playoffs as we have had some very good crews. But we've caught some tough breaks here today.
We have. I'm very disappointed with the crew that GHSA has calling this state championship game with the great crews that we've had earlier on throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, because this should be the best crew in the state. We're the only state championship game being played today.
That's right.
The only one left, correct?
Yeah, only one left.
And that's going to give Michael Mullinax an opportunity here with 2 outs and a runner on.
And that pitch catches the inside corner, 0-1. That's one of the few fastballs he's seen today.
Mullinax is 0 for 0 here in game number 2, hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance.
I'll take that back. We're not the only one playing. Stars Mill beat Cherokee Bluff 11-1 in game 1.
Okay.
So that is the 4A state titles being played today as well.
Fastball misses up and out there.
Anybody that had to play Stars Mill, best of luck to them.
Yeah. I would have thought the same thing with Cartersville, but Loganville shot them.
Loganville produces good baseball every year.
That they do. Very well coached as well.
That was a 25-12 team that just went in and won state and beat a good Cartersville team.
Every game was close in that series. I think all of them ended up being 1-run games.
It was. That one's a called strike, 1 and 2 from Dason.
Yeah, that Cartersville Purple Hurricanes team, 6 of their starting 9 are Power 5 guys. 5 of them going to the SEC. 1-2 to Mullinax. Top half of the third. Appling County leads 2-0.
Fastball, tried to get him to chase outside. 2-2.
2-2-2 here.
Deuce is wild on the board.
Hopefully that works in our favor.
It didn't work in North Cobb's favor, but see if we can turn the tides here and it work in ours. Runner gets an early break. Dason's going to try to throw him out at second, and they got him. What a play by Dason Griffiths. Heads up.
Very heads up, and I do not believe the first base coach and the third base coach were on the same page there. As you've got to be questioning why in the world are you running yourself out of an inning when you've arguably got one of the best sticks in the state of Georgia,
maybe
in the
nation.
batter's box.
In the nation.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was an incredible play by Dason, because I know all of us have seen it so many times where that early break, a pitcher throws the ball in the outfield, and it just a lot of times that just gets you.
And it does. So the Pirates get out of the inning there. No damage done. 2-0. Appling County leads. Take a short break. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
When should you call Lisa Pierce at the Lisa Pierce Agency in Baxley? If you drive this. If you fly this. If you ride this. Lisa Pierce is serious about protecting your business investments and toys. Stop and see Lisa Pierce at 395 West Parker Street in Baxley, or call her at 912-367-4100. She makes it personal.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Nothing beats that ride home after winning the big game, especially if you're riding home in your new ride from Woody Folsom Chevrolet Buick GMC. Woody's highly trained team has been coached to get you the most car for your money and the most money for your car. Let us go to bat for you. Whether you're looking for the latest, greatest, top-of-the-line sports car or a safe, sensible SUV to take the kids to and from the game, you'll find your perfect ride when you talk to Woody. Together, let's drive to Woody Folsom Chevrolet Buick GMC and Baxley.
All right, welcome back. Where are we at in the lineup? 5? We are. So Nate Livingston's going to lead it off here for the Pirates in the bottom half of the third. Appling County working with a 2-run lead here in Game 2. Dropped Game 1. So in a do-or-die situation.
Appling County playing for their lives here in game number 2. You lose this one, you do go home. You win this one, you get to see game number 3 tomorrow. First pitch to Nate Livingston is a fastball that's called for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to Livingston. Appling County leads 2-0 here in game number 2. We're in the bottom half of the third. 9:44 local time here at J.I. Clements Stadium in Statesboro.
Way outside, 1-1.
North Cobb still has action down in the bullpen. Same southpaw warming up.
High pop fly. That's actually going to stay in play. Catcher comes over, and he never seen it. I think he's mad at himself because he never gave that ball a chance.
He didn't, and initially off the bat, you would think it's going out of play, and it's a very tough sky as well. Hard to pick it up, but the catcher did get a very late break on that ball.
Yeah, he was just standing behind home plate thinking, okay, it's a foul ball, and then he realized, wait, it's in play. I better try to make a play.
Yeah, I don't think he ever realized it was going to stay in play till his third baseman came sprinting down the line.
So 1-2 to Livingston.
As a check swing, and boy, that was an odd foul ball. He barely got the bat off his shoulder and still fouled it off.
He did. Very impressive just to touch that baseball there.
Already got Parker at 60 pitches. 1-2 outside. Thank goodness he didn't call that. But he has caught a few in that spot.
Yeah, you might have seen a couple of Pirate fans get sent home early if he'd have called that one.
Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes here.
Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop Ugla fields it right behind the bag. Throws a strike over to first in time for out number 1. He's made a couple of good plays out there at the back.
He sure has. Ugly looks very impressive. Looks effortless coming through the middle of the infield there, coming across second base, fielding that ball cleanly. And in one motion, he makes the transfer. He gets rid of the ball very quickly there. So he throws a strike to first base to get Livingston by a step. Route number 1 here in the bottom half of the third is going to bring up Landon Anderson.
0-1 swung on and hit foul.
We do seem to be a little more aggressive with the bats in this game.
Better pitch selection here in game number 2.
That one caught the corner. 0-2. I don't mind that call. That is a little off the plate, but it's a good pitch. High fly ball hit into center field. Center fielder's under it. That is Mullinax. And you don't hit it to him.
That you don't. Mullinax patrols center field with the best of them. And that will be out number 2.
That's promising there by Anderson to get the bat on the ball, go a long way towards his confidence in that upcoming at-bats.
That's going to bring up designated hitter John Evans Sykes, who got that rally started in the bottom half of the second.
Breaking ball outside, and I believe a little bit upstairs, 1-0. Big swing, but he comes up empty. Evens it up at 1.
1 ball, 1 strike to the Pirate designated hitter J.E. Sykes. He's 1 for 1 here in game number 2.
Chased another one upstairs, 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, bottom half of the third, 2 outs. Appling County leads 2-0 here in game number 2 of the best of 3 series in the AA State Championship.
One, 2, he's too far out. 2-2.
Deuces wild across the board once again tonight. 2-2 pitch is a fastball that catches the outside corner for strike number 3. John Evans Sykes goes down looking for the third out of the inning. And Appling County still clings to a 2-0 lead here after 3, heading into the top half of the fourth. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
See Rents and Rents Insurance on South Main Street in Baxley or call 912-367-1479 for all your insurance needs.
If you're a Class A CDL holder with at least 2 years of experience, come on out and apply to Williams Brothers Trucking. WBT cares about the safety of their employees, and they want you as a part of their family. They offer great benefits, competitive pay, 401k, health care, and hauls that will have you back home every day. We look forward to working better together with you. Williams Brothers Trucking wants to wish the Appling County Pirate baseball team good luck this season, and go Pirates.
All right, welcome back. Dason Griffiths back on the mound here in the top half of the fourth, and he's working with a 2-0 lead. Going to face Michael Mullinax to lead it off.
3-4-5 due up for North Cobb Christian here in the top half of the fourth. Courtesy runner for Hudson Noel was thrown out, trying to steal second base in the top half of the third. So Mullinax will be back in the box to lead off the fourth inning.
So Dason out of the line. First pitch to Mullinax. Upstairs, 1-0. That one catches the inside corner. 1-1. And I've noticed when we have come with a fastball, it's been right in on his hands.
You've got to bust him in. You cannot let Mullinax get extended over the plate.
High pop fly. Livingston's going to give it a look, but it's going to get out of play.
And that'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes here to the North Cobb Christian center fielder, Michael Mullinax.
Somebody made a play over there in the Pirate stands.
Who this Pirate coaching staff has did a superb job with in this series. Like Taft said previously, one of the better hitters in the country at the high school level, and this pitching staff has kept him at bay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this young man being in a Georgia uniform in the years to come. But
there's 2 of them.
Yep.
1-hole hitter and a 3-hole hitter.
Yep. I don't want to see them do anything else the rest of this series, but I'm looking forward to them doing great things at Georgia.
Yeah, save that until you get to Athens.
Yep. They'll be in some pretty colors as well.
Sure will.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Michael Mullinax. Top half of the 4th, Appleton County leads 2-0. Game number 2.
1-2 ground ball, hard ground ball, knocked down by Grayson, but no chance to throw out the speedy Mullinax.
That ball was hit as hard as you're going to see a baseball hit at the high school level.
You ain't kidding. And good job by Grayson to even knock it down.
As if that ball gets through with Mullinax speed, he's more than likely standing on second base to lead this inning off.
I was really surprised we went fastball there. With a 1-2 count, I thought we'd come with that changeup again.
So leadoff single for Mullinax. It's going to bring up Riley Hutchinson. 0 for 1 here in game number 2.
Jason delivers to the cleanup hole hitter. Squares around the bunt, and it gets all the way to the backstop. No bunt needed anymore, unless you want to move him up 90 feet away. As that was not that bad of a pitch. I think we might have had miscommunication there.
I do not know if Livingston was crossed up or Hutchinson just did that good of a job of getting the bat in the eyesight of Livingston and disrupting the path of the ball. So 1-0 is your count. Mullinax moves up 90 feet into scoring position. Nobody out top half of the 4th. North Cobb Christian threatening here.
Squares around. Must have been low. 2-0.
Yeah, if he wants to bunt here, let him bunt it, get an out.
He's giving us an out. You do have a dangerous stick on deck. You would not like to see Ugla in the box with runners on first and second with nobody out. Top half of the 4th, Riley Hutchinson ahead in the count here. 2 balls, no strikes. Mullinax out at second base.
He does square around again, pulls it back, but that one's a called strike, 2-1.
And the head coach for North Cobb Christian will go through another series of signs here. 2 balls, 1 strike is the count to the Eagle first baseman. Mullinax with a leadoff single is able to move up on the passed ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Griffiths comes set.
Squares around again, gets down a pretty good bunt. Edenfield's going to have to go to first with it to get out, and he does so. And, I think that speaks to what Dason's doing on the mound is he just lets you cleanup man bunt there, and that speaks volumes to how well he's throwing it on the mound.
And this sure does. Is you've got your cleanup guy in Hutchinson who saw the ball very well throughout game 1 and game number 2. But the head coach is trying to manufacture and score runs any way he can, so he moves Mullinax up 90 feet for arguably his hottest hitter in his lineup so far, Jackson Ugla.
Yeah, I would be extremely careful here. With first base open, Dason went right after him right there, but he is by far their hottest hitter right now.
And he does have the power to tie this baseball game up with 1 swing at the bat. And Spears Martin, who's standing on deck, was 0 for 2 in game number 1 with 2 strikeouts and a walk.
0-1, hit off the end of the bat, and foul.
And if Griffiths is able to strike Ugla out right here, you should see this Appling County fan section erupt.
I hope they understand the magnitude of how big that would be.
0-2.
And most do.
Here to Jackson Ugla.
Got him. Check swing. That'll be a strikeout and out number 2.
That was huge there.
Massive strikeout there from Dason. Two outs now here in the top half of the fourth. Appling County still leads 2-0. Spears Martin stepping in the box for his second plate appearance, game number 2. Looked to be a changeup that missed down in the zone for ball number 1.
So 1-0 the count. Runner still 90 feet away in Mullinax. Fastball up in the zone, 2-0.
Getting out of this jam after Mullinax got to second base with nobody out without allowing a run would be massive.
That was a check swing. Definitely went around, 2-1.
So Griffiths back in the count here. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, top half of the fourth. North Cobb Christian threatening to score their first run here in game number 2.
High pop fly foul and out of play.
And we 1 pitch away from getting out of it.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to the Eagle third baseman, Spears Martin.
Breaking ball, lost it upstairs, 3-2. You know it's bad when we all three standing up here in the booth.
2-2 pitch.
Fastball, high fly ball into left field. Got a bad read on it, and he caught it in a snow cone. My goodness, that was close.
Yes, that was. I was worried that ball was over his head.
Yeah, he got a tough read, I think, in the lights, but got the job done, and the Pirates keep them off the scoreboard again. Going to go into the bottom half of the fourth. 2-0. Appling County leads. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
Remember when appliances were built to last? Fales Furniture in Hazelhurst does. They're your store for Speed Queen, ultra-reliable, top-rated washers and dryers. When you spend your hard-earned dollars on an appliance, it should reward you with decades of service. Rest assured, Speed Queen will deliver. While you're at Fales, be sure to ask them about their Speed Queen refrigerators and freezers. Fales Furniture, the Little Big Store in downtown Hazelhurst.
I'm gonna tell you about the good old days.
They take the pain out of propane. Sykes Propane in Baxley is here to take care of all your residential, commercial, and agricultural propane needs. Sykes Propane also sells Warming Trends fire pits, Peterson Real Fire gas logs, Renai water heaters, Generac generators, and True Flame grills and outdoor kitchens. Owners Daniel and Danny Sykes are looking forward to serving you soon. Sykes Propane, located at 2174 Hatch Parkway South in Baxley. Give them a call at 912-367-1151.
Identify yourself.
WUFE and W244CR. Baxley.
I like them even better now.
The greatest hits of all time. The Big Wolf 96.7.
Yeah, that's been pretty.
All right, welcome back. As same pitcher on the mound, Parker is going to come out for another inning. As he's only trailing 2-0. He's going to have to see 8, 9, and 1 here. Going to be Edenfield, Walls, and Ewaldson. First pitch at the belt down the middle, 0-1.
That's the pitch we've got to be ready to jump on.
Yeah, you're not going to get many of those from him.
No.
0-1 pitch. Same exact pitch, 0-2. 0-2, tried to overthrow it. Lost it outside, 1-2.
We should get one of these runners on and back to the top of the lineup. We should have another big inning.
Breaking ball caught the outside corner. And that's just one of those things. You watch 3 really good pitches.
It's going to bring Caden Walls up. Bottom half of the 4th with 1 out. Appleton County leads 2-0. You'd love to see Walls get on. Give Colony Watson an opportunity here with less than 2 outs as fastball does catch the outside corner for strike number 1.
I'm telling you, their pitching coach has done a well of a job teaching them how to hit the outside corner of the plate.
Yeah, they spot it very well. Tip into the mid, 0-2.
I don't know that I've ever seen a group of pitchers just be able to hit that corner so consistently.
0-2 here to Walls.
Went way out with it there, 1-2. He wanted to call there, but that ball's 8 to 10 inches off the plate. Maybe more.
Yeah, it was another batter's box.
No doubt about where that one is. Well, right across the white part of the plate. And we go down looking 2 times in a row here.
It's going to flip things back over to the top part of this Pirate lineup. Colony Walton steps in with 2 outs. Nobody on. Bottom half of the 4th, Appleton County leads 2-0 here in game number 2. The best of 3 series in the AA state championship.
And guys, if we're going to win this state championship, we've got to get the bat off our shoulders more. We've had too many Ks that are backwards.
I would agree with that statement. First pitch is a called strike, 0-1. Breaking ball. He called that a strike?
Goodness gracious.
Okay. 0-2.
As they're going to stretch the zone, try to get him to chase outside.
And he hits a moon shot to the shortstop here. He's calling for it. And Ugla makes the catch, and it's 3 up and 3 down for the Pirates in the bottom of the 4th. Going to the top half of the 5th, Appleton County leads 2-0. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
Hey, y'all, this is Appleton County Sheriff Mark Melton, proud supporter of our Pirate baseball team. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve you as sheriff. I'm seeking re-election, and I'm counting on your vote. When it comes to serving and protecting the citizens of Appleton County, my staff and I will crowd the plate and swing for the fences every single time. So help us hit a home run this election season. I'm Sheriff Mark Melton, and I approve this message.
Play ball! Woody Folsom Ford is always proud to support the Pirates. When it comes to financing, selection, service, and sales, the team at Woody Folsom Ford knows how to hit it out of the park. Round the bases to Woody Folsom Ford in Baxley and see for yourself.
Let's go!
New or pre-owned, bling or budget, big or small, Woody Folsom Ford has them all. And ask about the lifetime powertrain warranty. It all starts when you talk to Woody.
It's gone!
Go Pirates!
Getting only one fuel bill a month sure saves time and money, and that's just one of the many benefits since Murray Oil and Omaha Oil have teamed up. The combined businesses mean better pricing on most petroleum products. Be sure to fill up at the convenient key pumps just off South Main Street in Baxley, where all grades of fuel are available. And now when you need diesel, they make it easy to get your DEF fluid at the same time with their convenient DEF pump, only at Omaha Oil. Murray Oil and Omaha Oil, working together to better serve you.
All righty, welcome back, Pirates fans. We're in the top half of the 5th, where Austin Tambour is going to lead things off for the Eagles. 2-0, still your score here in game number 2. Appleton County leads. Tambour fouls off the first pitch fastball from Griffiths, right over our heads and lands on the roof for strike number 1. 10:06 local time here at J.I. Clements Stadium in Statesboro, Georgia, home of the Georgia Southern Eagles baseball team. 0-1 to Tambour. 0-for-1 here in game number 2 with a strikeout swinging. Breaking ball from Griffiths gets a swing and a miss from Tambour for strike number 2.
That was a good breaking ball there.
Yeah, he fouled the first one off as I was coming back from the restroom there. I think I heard it hit the top here.
You did.
0-2.
That's where I'm a little aggravated with this guy behind the plate. I don't mind you having questionable strike zone, but you got to go both ways with it. And that pitch has rung a bunch of Pirates up.
It sure has. It don't matter as he blows that one by him. And that'll be out number 1.
As I found out the hard way a few times in team sports and three-point shootout, the ball never lies, Tapp.
It sure don't.
As Tambor goes down swinging for the second time here in game number 2. That's going to bring up Ryan Kelly, the Eagles' second baseman, who struck out swinging in his only plate appearance here in game number 2. Top half of the 5th. Appleton County leads 2-0 here in game number 2. Fastball misses outside for ball number 1.
I thought he was going to call that a strike, and that's a good bit off the plate. That one is a strike, 1-1.
So a lot at stake here in game number 2. North Cobb Christian 1 win away from back-to-back state championships. Appleton County must win to force a game number 3 tomorrow.
Stretches the strike zone, but cannot get a swing. 2-1. Getting late into the night here.
That it is. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, top half of the 5th.
Went too far out with that one. 3-1.
Three balls, 1 strike to Ryan Kelly. Brock Parker waits on deck.
Now one catches the black outer half. 3-2.
Full count here to the Eagles' second baseman.
Went back to the fastball there.
Strikeout here would loom large for the Pirates. Big out number 2.
And he got the swing and the miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Dason. And that is out number 2.
How many strikeouts is that for Dason?
I'm fixing to look that up right now. That'll be strikeout number 7.
Strikeout number 7, and that's going to bring Eagle pitcher up to the plate for his second plate appearance, Brock Parker.
Belt high down the middle, 0-1.
Looked to be a changeup there from Griffiths, pitching backwards to Parker.
This would be a big out. Then you got to face the top of the lineup one more time in the 6th. And it'll be done with us.
That's exactly right. Do not want to see the top part of this lineup with anybody on an opportunity to do damage.
1-2, we'll take it.
That we will, as Griffiths does get a very friendly call there for strike number 2. 1-2 count.
Breaking ball line back up the middle, and that's a very good swing by, is that Parker?
That is Brock Parker. Yes, sir, helping himself out a little there. Griffiths comes with a very solid 2-strike breaking ball and has Parker out on his front foot, but he's able to keep his hands back and throw the barrel at the ball last minute, flare it right over second base for a 2-out single. And that's going to flip this lineup back over to the top. And Asher Sabum will enter the box here for his third plate appearance here in game number 2.
Courtesy runner over at first will be Brown.
And Sabum does possess the power to tie this baseball game as well.
Another Georgia commit. So Dason will go out of the stretch now. First pitch to Sabum. Check swing, but he held up 1-0. High and in.
1 ball, no strikes to Asher Sabum. 2 outs, top half of the 5th.
Pick off attempt. Nothing doing.
Dives back in safely.
One 1-0 pitch. Catches the corner. 1-1. Fastball.
1 ball, 1 strike to the Eagle leadoff, Asher Sabom. 2 outs, top half of the 5th. Eagles with a lone base runner at first base. 2-0 Appleton County leads here in game number 2.
Swung on, fouled off, I believe. 1-2 now.
Yeah, he was on that pitch there.
He was. And Sabom is due, as well as Molinax, as he did start the train rolling there in his second plate appearance, singled. But Asher Sabom has been very quiet for North Cobb Christian here in the first 2 games of this series, and we would love it to stay that way. 1-2 here to Sabom.
Kickoff attempt, as he's not even 2 steps off the bag. He's just falling down and touching the bag. You're not even having to dive back, really. If he got more than a step, I believe Dason would get him.
Yeah, because he's made it close both times.
1-2 pitch from Dason. Fastball swung on, actually a breaking ball. Grayson's going to have to field on the run, makes an excellent play. They call him safe.
Bang, bang play at first. Hall is charging extremely hard there, fielded it cleanly. Clean transition and a strong off-balance throw to Isaac Edenfield, and first base umpire says Sabom beat it out by half a step, and that's going to give the Eagles 2-out life here and bring Hudson Knoll to the plate.
Grayson Hall done everything right there. You could not have played that any better. And
I'd have to go back and see the video there to believe he was safe.
And Sabom does move well.
Anything close has not gone our way tonight, unfortunately.
So Hudson Knoll steps in, 0 for 0 here in game number 2, with 2 walks to his name. You do not want to see Molinax this inning.
No, you do not. Ground ball, chopper, foul.
The young man at second, he just had a very good secondary right there. So anything hit to the outfield, they may try to score here to cut it in half if he keeps getting secondary leads like that.
Oh, 1 count here to Hudson Knoll.
Check swing, said he went 0-2.
Well, strikeout would be huge here, guys.
It sure would.
And it would. And Molinax, with the senior leadership of himself, walks up to Knoll and calms him down, tells him to take a deep breath. It's okay. Slow the game down and let it come to you. And the great ones do know how to do that very well. 0-2 here to the Eagle catcher, Hudson Knoll.
Set up on the outer half. He goes fastball, and he got a piece of it.
Yeah, anything I'm throwing here, I'm going on that outside portion of the plate where he gave the call most of the night. Maybe push it a little outside even further and just see if we can get the call.
0-2 pitch. It fouled down the third base line. And they're making Dason throw a lot of pitches here. So runners at first and second, 2 outs. Appleton County leads 2-0 here in the top of the 5th. One of the biggest threats of the night for North Cobb. Of the second game, I should say. Oh, 2, and he stays alive. Doing a good job fighting off good pitches.
That it is. Dason's just got to outlast him right here. Do not want to make a mistake over the plate and allow Hudson Knoll to get on base and reach for Molinax.
Well, the Pirates have done a very good job. We have only allowed one run since the bottom of the second of game one. So we're out here 1 out away from 10 innings, allowing one of the best lineups in the state of Georgia to 1 run.
Good point. Got to bring the umpires some more balls, as Newell alone has fouled off about 4 or 5.
I don't believe I've ever seen any people go any slower getting foul balls.
I'm telling you, they do not get in a hurry.
At this pace, we may be here to midnight.
It's already 10:17. We're in the top of the 5th. So don't expect to be home by midnight.
The 0-2 pitch once again here to the Eagle catcher. 2 outs, top half of the 5th. Appleton County leads 2-0 here in game number 2.
Kickoff attempt at second.
Very risky move, but they've got a lot of confidence in it. And Jason and Colin have very good chemistry there, so they do trust each other, and they were definitely on the same page as that was a snap throw to second. 0-2 once again to the Eagle catcher.
Fastball called, strike 3, and the Pirates are out of the inning. And that'll take us to the bottom half of the 5th. Pirates still leading at 2-0. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Bull.
Hit a home run at every bat with state-of-the-art procedures at Little White Lies Med Spa. We are conveniently located in Baxley, Georgia, and offer a wide variety of aesthetic procedures sure to give you a glam slam. Little White Lies Med Spa of Baxley, proud supporters of the Appleton County Pirates.
With over 17 years working in the courthouse, Gretchen Bailey has gained the trust of folks in Appleton County. She knows that every case, every family, every decision matters. Re-elect Gretchen Bailey as your probate judge. Make your voice heard on Tuesday, May 21st. Let's keep her experience, her knowledge, her wisdom, and her understanding that she has earned over the years working for us. Let's keep the probate court in her capable hands. This message paid for by the candidate.
I'm Gretchen Bailey, and I approve this message.
Hart Contracting Enterprises in Baxley is proud to sponsor this broadcast, and they're proud to be setting the platinum standard in construction. From foundations to finishes, they do it right. Hart does everything from commercial and industrial construction to concrete services, structural steel fabrication, and assembling pre-engineered metal buildings. Call owner Travis Bunch at 912-687-0950 or owner Brian Britt at 912-278-4186. Hart Contracting Enterprises in Baxley. Small town values, big time bills.
Welcome back. As we're going into the bottom half of the 5th, Pirates working with a 2-run lead. And we are
2-3-4 due up here for Appleton County, so very good spot to add some insurance here as we've got to go through the heart of that Eagle lineup one more time.
And it looks like Parker's going to go back out on the mound.
He's got to be close to being out of pitches.
Now, he will have more than Jason does after this inning unless he has a very, very quick inning. But he's in that 80s range.
So Grayson Hall to lead things off here for Appleton County in the bottom of the 5th. Appleton County still leads 2-0. Scored 2 in the bottom half of the 2nd, and they've held on to it ever since.
I don't know if that's smoke above the lights there rolling in or if that's fog.
I think that little fog rolling in.
I hope it's not smoke.
Well, I didn't know if somebody was grilling back there.
That's a lot of smoke.
Base hit into left field, and that'll be a leadoff single for Grayson Hall. And stay hot, kid.
That is right. Sizzling like a grill there, Taft. We might need to keep talking about grilling. As Grayson Hall leads off the bottom of the 5th with a single in the 5-6 hole, and
looks like that's going to be it.
Should be the end of the road for Brock Parker.
I believe they're going to turn to the lefty.
As he's probably thrown half of a baseball game down there in the bullpen.
He's been in the bullpen for 4 innings now.
Ever since the 2nd inning.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's threw a lot of pitches down there. He's definitely good and warm.
At least 100 pitches.
He could probably walk in right here and just tell him he don't even need any warm-up pitches.
I'm telling you.
That may be the most pitches I've seen somebody trying to get warm down there throw.
So Parker out of the game, and do we have a number on him?
No, let's see. It's hard to see their numbers on the front of the jerseys. Maybe 12. He'll turn around a little bit to get it.
He will right here.
22. Yep, 22.
All right, so that is going to be Bruce. Do you have a first name on him, Mason?
Let's see here.
Carson Bruce.
So Carson Bruce is going to come in relief from North Cobb Christian, southpaw for the Eagles.
And we're not going to take a break right here, but, we were talking during the break. As you still have your ace with around 60 to 65 pitches after that first game. He came out there in the second inning. And if the Pirates can win this game, it's very likely you see Colin in a game 3, and you got to feel pretty good about a game 3 situation, I would think.
You do. Even though North Cobb Christian hit Colin better than any other team has this year, I still have the utmost confidence in E. Walton to toe that rubber again and completely forget about what happened today, as he's that type of baseball player with that type of mentality. Short memory, wins a lot of baseball games, and he may not even start. You've got a few more arms out there. You've got Nance, who's actually come along very well late in the season and proven to be big here in the playoffs, as he's had to eat some innings up for us. And Caden Walsh still has pitches available, and he did a fantastic job coming in during game 1 in the middle of a mess and cleaned it up as good as you could have.
And first things first, we got to hold on to this one.
That we do. You've got to get to game 3, and then you figure it out once you get there.
All hands will be on deck at that point.
That they will. And the first person to greet Carson Bruce is going to be none other than Dason Griffiths.
And he hits one high in the center field. Mullinax calling everybody off, and he makes the catch for out number 1.
And you can't hit it anywhere near him.
I hear you yawning over there. 10:24 in the middle of the night, as I think it's past our bedtime.
That it is. Bottom half of the 5th. 1 pitch, 1 out for Bruce there. Comes in and does a great job for the Eagles. They're going to bring up N.J. Nance.
Another pop-up. And the right fielder, Tambora, is going to call for this one. And he made that look a lot harder than it should have.
Yes, he did. He had trouble with that fly ball. Like I said, this sky's starting to get rough. And I know it's nightfall here, but you got the fog settling in. You got the lights all playing a factor here. So 2 pitches and 2 outs.
Yeah, this is
for Carson Bruce.
This is a situation where you take one right here.
Yeah, we've seen 2 pitches from Bruce.
Yeah.
You would have liked to see him come in and see a couple of them from him, but at the same time, I like the aggressiveness. Way upstairs there, 1-0 to Livingston.
Pirates have some action in their bullpen down there.
If I'm not mistaken, I do believe that is Colin Walton.
I think it is, too.
It sure is.
As that one's going to miss up and away, 3-0.
Love to see the Pirates tack on a couple more. Give us a little bit more breathing room.
That it would.
That one just does catch the edge, 3-1.
So after Bruce comes in and gets 2 outs with 2 pitches, Nate Livingston has seen 3 balls in a row, and then the 4th one catches the outside corner.
Line drive base hit into left field. And Livingston keeps it going.
And that ball was ripped.
And it was. Livingston squared that baseball up in a plus-plus count right there. Bruce came in with a fastball, and Livingston did not miss it. Another great piece of hitting there from the senior catcher. It does not get enough credit, in my opinion.
And every run seems huge in a series like this. That runner out at second would be massive.
And it looks like we are going to have a mound visit.
I think he's
an unofficial visit, but
I think he's checking on something.
Possibly be an injury visit.
I didn't see anything when he threw that ball. But
the last few pitches that Bruce has thrown, they've been very lackadaisical and just as if he's going through the motions, as if something isn't right. I don't know if that is the case, but obviously
he may be wore out from the bullpen he threw down there.
As that's a very good possibility. A young man has been warming up since the bottom half of the second inning on and on.
Well, it seems like game one.
Yes.
He's kind of standing like he maybe could be favoring something in his back.
Yeah, I was thinking oblique.
That's exactly right. That lumbar spine or either that oblique area. But nonetheless, he does toe the rubber once again here. Landon Anderson in the box for the Pirates.
First pitch to Landon's upstairs, and if I'm the Pirates, I got to notice that as well. And I'm pretty patient here.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I'm going to be patient here. He throws me a strike.
Base hit into left field as they were playing very shallow, but they're going to wave him still. Here comes the throw, and I think it's a high one. It is. Grayson Hall safe. He tries to throw it to third and spikes it into the dirt.
Thought he was stopping the clock there, Taff.
I did too. He pulled the old Tom Brady famous spike there.
That he did. So very big clutch hit from Landon Anderson with 2 outs in the bottom half of the fifth. And Anderson's able to move up to second on the throw. Nolan Sykes, the courtesy runner for Nate Livingston's able to move up to third as well.
And what a gutsy call by Coach Griffiths down there in the third base coach's box.
That's right. You got a little momentum, and I love it. He never questioned himself. He was sending him from the word go. As soon as he saw that ball through,
and we're bringing in a pinch runner here.
Looks like Garrison Turner's going to go out and get Landon Anderson, who
I like this move in this situation because if ball finds outfield grass again, we move this to 5-0.
That we do. Garrison Turner moves extremely well. Get better wheels out there at second base and what could be a very crucial run.
The Pirates can really, with a base hit here, can really start pushing their way towards that game 3 tomorrow.
They sure can.
More runs we can add on right here, the better. We are gonna have to go through their 2, 3, 4, or 3, 4, and 5. I think in the top of the 6th, but I feel better going through them with a 5-run lead.
I 100% agree. 3 runs feels good.
Yeah,
5 runs would feel amazing.
That it would.
5 runs means you can't beat me with a grand slam. That just feels a great position to be in.
As Bruce still does not look comfortable on the mound one bit.
He does not at all. I definitely think there's something going on there.
And there is action down in the North Cobb bullpen.
J.E. Sykes in the box. That one misses way outside. 1-0.
And they look like they're telling him to get ready in a hurry.
1-0 pitch swung on. They said he fouled it off. It got all the way to the backstop. And Nolan Sykes broke and was headed home.
That he was. Made a very good call. Never questioned himself and was off as soon as he saw that ball get past the catcher. So evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bottom half of the 5th. Appleton County's already played at 1.
As that one's in the dirt. Is that 3-1 or 2-1? 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike. Great stop there by the catcher, Noel. Save a run.
I love the secondary lead Garrison's getting. He easily will score on something to the outfield.
Way upstairs, and it's 3-1, and there is no doubt something's going on with Bruce out there.
Without a doubt. Looks like he continues to grab his left glute, left hip area. as something has been tweaked.
3-1 walk, and that's going to load the bases up for the Pirates and Isaac Edenfield.
That's going to be the end of the night for the.
It's got to be.
He's making his second mound visit of the inning, so I believe he has to change at this point. Or actually, this is his third of the innings.
Well, one was an injury.
Yeah. And then when he made the pitching change, he's not charged with a mound visit. So
that's correct.
Every time he does make a pitching change, he's not charged with a visit. But North Cobb Christian going to the bullpen once again. We're in the bottom half of the fifth, where Appleton County's already played at a one insurance run. Leads 3-0 with a massive threat brewing here with 2 outs. And Appleton County's did a ton of damage with 2 outs here lately. Looks like they're going to the righty.
And we can really bust this game open right here.
We sure can, but we will take a short break here from our sponsors. Appleton County leads 3-0 in the bottom of the fifth. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
Looking for the perfect manufactured or modular home? Look no further. Introducing Uri's Home Center, your premier manufactured home dealer serving Georgia, Florida, and Tennessee. At Uri's Home Center, we're committed to finding you the ideal manufactured or modular home that fits your lifestyle and budget. Whether you're a first-time buyer, a growing family, or looking to downsize, we have the home for you. Call us today, 912-240-0111, or visit us on the web at uris.com. That's YUREZZ.com. Promotional offers and availability may vary. See store for details.
You've reached Cody's cell phone. Please leave me a message after the beep and I'll call you back. Hey man, listen, I know your trailer's busted and you want to borrow mine, but I'm going to need it this weekend. So just do what I did. Go to Down to Earth Trailers in Baxley. Their parts showroom is huge. They will hook you up with everything you need to get your trailer up and running like brand new. They have a huge selection. They've been in business for over 20 years, so you know they're in it for the long haul. Give Down to Earth Trailers a call at 877-363-3007.
Everyone at South Georgia Insurance Associates wants to wish the Appleton County Pirate baseball team a fantastic season. South Georgia Insurance Associates is an independent agency bringing the best in auto, agribusiness, recreational vehicle, church, flood, and business insurance to Baxley and surrounding areas. They work with many different insurance companies to find a plan that's perfect for you. You can learn more about the services and resources that South Georgia Insurance Associates offers and request a quote online at sgiainsurance.com. That's sgiainsurance.com. Go Pirates!
There are many ways to establish a working relationship with your bank. Let us help you find the perfect relationship here at Community Bank of Georgia. Our knowledgeable staff is committed to forming a relationship with each customer to provide a sense of unity to obtain the highest level of customer service. Whether you are opening a checking account for your children or opening your first business, experience relationship banking the way it used to be here at Community Bank of Georgia. Come see me, Perry White, or any of our courteous staff at Community Bank of Georgia at 700 West Parker Street in Baxley.
Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Welcome back. Isaac Edenfield in the box. First pitch from Bartholomew. Yes, that is his last name. Is a ball. 1-0.
Fastball missed outside. 1 ball, no strikes to the Pirates first baseman, Isaac Edenfield. Bases are loaded with 2 outs.
That one's going to be inside 2-0, and there is nowhere to put Isaac.
There is not. That fastball almost caught a piece of him. A walk is a hit. A hit by pitch. A walk is a run. A walk is as good as a hit. Got ahead of myself there. Hit by pitch is as good as a hit as well.
And he's ahead 3-0.
I'm not sure where that one missed, but we'll take it.
That we will.
Pirates have a chance to bust this game wide open.
They sure do, and if they can somehow find a way to get back to the top of the lineup.
No shot he's swinging here. 3-0.
Taking all the way.
And he got the called strike. A little bit off the plate, but not a bad call. 3-1.
And this one's still got to be right where you want it.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. This is still a plus count. If this ball is not where you put it on a tee app to hit a long ball, do not swing.
And he pops it up to the pitcher, and the catcher is rolling around on the ground right now.
The catcher is rolling around, and the pitcher spiked the ball on the mound as he got that out. He was very excited.
I'm not sure what happened to the catcher here, as he's mad about something. And he hits himself in the head with a helmet.
I don't know if maybe the swing caught him.
Caught him on the backswing, but
he's very mad about it, and so is their coach. But, I mean, that happens in baseball.
Nothing intentional there.
Absolutely not. It's part of the game, but we'll head to the top half of the sixth where Appleton County leads 3-0. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
When should you call Lisa Pierce at the Lisa Pierce Agency in Baxley? If you drive this. If you fly this. If you ride this. Lisa Pierce is serious about protecting your business investments and toys. Stop and see Lisa Pierce at 395 West Parker Street in Baxley, or call her at 912-367-4100. She makes it personal.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Nothing beats that ride home after winning the big game, especially if you're riding home in your new ride from Woody Folsom Chevrolet Buick GMC. Woody's highly trained team has been coached to get you the most car for your money and the most money for your car. Let us go to bat for you. Whether you're looking for the latest, greatest, top-of-the-line sports car or a safe, sensible SUV to take the kids to and from the game, you'll find your perfect ride when you talk to Woody. Together, let's drive to Woody Folsom Chevrolet Buick GMC in Baxley.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
See Rinse and Rinse Insurance, South Main Street in Baxley, or call 912-367-1479 for all your insurance needs.
Welcome back as Dason is back on the mound for the Pirates. As a little bit of action there in the bottom half, as I think the bat came back and caught the catcher, and we won't say all the extracurricular activity that happened on the end of that.
In the heat of things, emotions are at an all-time high for both sides. Absolutely not intentional any way you put it. It's part of baseball. He got caught on the backswing. Unfortunately, it was at a very pivotal point in the game. But, yes, nothing intentional whatsoever. And you know, at home do know that we call it like we see it. And Appleton County would never do such a thing such as that.
Why this coach is still arguing is beyond me. I'm just glad I'm in this booth.
I mean, and there's really, I don't know what he's arguing, because they got the out.
They did. I mean, you got out of the threat, which was about to amount to much more than you'd want, and your catcher just caught the bat on the elbow in the backswing, which is part of baseball. But nonetheless, we're in the top half of the sixth.
I don't know what you could be looking for there.
3-4-5 due up for North Cobb Christian. Mullinax to lead things off.
Huge out right here if we can get him. First pitch up and away, 1-0.
You know, there's probably not a catcher that's ever played the game that's not had that happen to him.
No.
It's unfortunate, and we pray that he's fine and everything's okay. And
pop fly foul.
Mullinax does foul that one off. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike, but part of the baseball game, and everyone moves on. Appleton County still leads 3-0, top half of the sixth here at J.I. Clements Stadium in Statesboro, Georgia. Looked to be a change up there from Griffiths that had Mullinax way out in front once again. One ball, 2 strikes is the count to the Eagle 3-hole hitter, center fielder Michael Mullinax. 1 for 1 in the game. Hit by pitch in his first plate appearance. Fouls that one off over the third base dugout and lands on the Eagle clubhouse as he stays alive here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, top half of the sixth here in Statesboro, Georgia. North Cobb Christian victorious in game number 1 by a score of 6-2.
Line drive at Grayson Hall caught for out number 1.
A very big out number 1 there, as Mullinax is one of, if not the biggest threat in this Eagle lineup, and we do take care of him to lead the inning off. So
That's the last time we hope we see him tonight.
Absolutely. So Appling County's 5 outs away from forcing a game number 3.
And Dason could use a very quick inning here.
That he could.
And I have him at 95 unofficially.
And I'm sure North Cobb knows that as well. Riley Hutchinson in the box.
Line drive into right field. Jack Carter makes the catch for out number 2.
Just what the doctor ordered. Line out to the right fielder. And after a very grueling at bat to lead things off against Mullinax, Dason gets Hutchinson to line out to Jack Carter for a very quick out number 2. And that's going to bring up Jackson Ugla, who has been quiet here in game number 2, but made his mark in game number 1.
Swing and a miss, and that one caught the umpire.
These home plate umpires had a day of it catching.
I'm telling you, both of them.
Change of gears, though. That was one of the better change-ups we've seen from Dason Griffiths. Had Jackson Ugla way out in front of it. And what caused Nate Livingston to miss the ball as well. Very aggressive swing there from Ugla, looking to make this a 3-1 baseball game with one swing at the bat. He swings and misses, and Nate Livingston missed as well.
Hey, and the umpire accepted our trainer's help.
Yeah. More than what we can say about the other.
Correct.
And I am very curious as to why there is a ball on the board.
There's no shot. They had to put it on wrong. I got 0-1. He swung.
Definitely a swing.
0-1 here to Jackson Ugla. 0 for 2 here in game number 2.
Fastball blew it by him, 0-2.
But it is getting late tonight, so this scoreboard operator, he could be getting a little tired.
He could. I'd be right there with him. But I'm going to be here till 3 or 4 a.m. if I got to be.
0-2 to Jackson Ugla as they do fix it on the board. 2 outs, top half of the 6th.
Breaking ball.
Oh, I was getting ready to say got him. It's been a strike all day.
1-2, it was outside.
It was. It should have been called a ball and should have been called a ball for the last 2 games. 1-2's the count to Jackson Ugla. 3-0 Appling County leads as Griffiths reaches back for a little extra there and overthrows it as it short hops Livingston in the dirt for ball number 2. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, top half of the 6th.
Dason goes back to the breaking ball, misses outside 3-2, and I think you just got to go after him here. 3-run lead.
You do. If Ugla hits another one that's 526 feet, you know what, Saf? It's still 3-1.
That's exactly right. So payoff pitch here to Ugla. 3-2, swung on and missed. And that'll be out number 3.
Pirates are 3 outs away.
They sure are from forcing a game 3. And that will take us into the bottom half of the 6th. You've been listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
If you're a Class A CDL holder with at least 2 years of experience, come on out and apply to Williams Brothers Trucking. WBT cares about the safety of their employees, and they want you as a part of their family. They offer great benefits, competitive pay, 401k, health care, and hauls that will have you back home every day. We look forward to working better together with you. Williams Brothers Trucking wants to wish the Appling County Pirate baseball team good luck this season, and go Pirates.
Remember when appliances were built to last? Fales Furniture in Hazelhurst does. They're your store for Speed Queen, ultra-reliable, top-rated washers and dryers. When you spend your hard-earned dollars on an appliance, it should reward you with decades of service. Rest assured, Speed Queen will deliver. While you're at Fales, be sure to ask them about their Speed Queen refrigerators and freezers. Fales Furniture, the Little Big Store in downtown Hazelhurst.
I'm gonna tell about the good old days.
They take the pain out of propane. Sykes Propane in Baxley is here to take care of all your residential, commercial, and agricultural propane needs. Sykes Propane also sells Warming Trends fire pits, Peterson Real Fire gas logs, Renai water heaters, Generac generators, and True Flame grills and outdoor kitchens. Owners Daniel and Danny Sykes are looking forward to serving you soon. Sykes Propane, located at 2174 Hatch Parkway South in Baxley. Give them a call at 912-367-1151.
Welcome back as Trying to figure out if that's the same catcher or not. I cannot tell by the number. Same pitcher, going to be Bartholomew. But number 3 is Spears Martin.
It looks like Spears Martin has switched places with the catcher, and you can see the blonde hair on the catcher there.
Yeah, number 7's at third now.
Number 7 would be Ryan Kelly, so he moves over.
Now, who went to second?
Not sure what that number is at second. Number 1?
Number 4.
1 or 4, something like that.
So after all of
Alex
that,
Brown.
I do believe the catcher is out of the game.
Caden Wall is going to lead it off here. First pitch to him is they called strike 0-1. They put a ball on the board, but I think I seen him signal strike.
He did. Pirates could use an insurance run here.
Or 10. Swung on and missed 0-2.
As Bartholomew is doing a great job of pounding the zone, as he's been called on to do out of the bullpen.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing the score 7 here and them not even getting another shot on the bat.
Yeah, if we're going to ask for it, let's ask for it big.
Yep.
High fly ball hit into left field. Left fielder only has to take about 3 or 4 steps forward and makes the catch for out number 1.
Flips things back over to the top half of this Pirate lineup. Colony Walton's going to step in for his 4th at bat here in game number 2.
I'd like to see him wait back on this and put it over that big blue wall out there.
Mm-hmm. And if he actually hits one off of that blue wall and the right fielder does not play it perfectly, Walton's got the wheels to possibly touch them all.
Yeah, he can run for a while, and I thought that was a little low, but he got the call 0-1. And Bartholomew has come in and thrown a lot of strikes.
That he has. You can expect him to fill the zone up if you're a Pirate hitter. 3-0 your score, bottom half of the 6th.
Off speed, got him out front, 0-2.
Looked to be a changeup, and that's exactly what it was as Colony Walton turned back around to the dugout and gave him the circle change signal. 0-2 pitch to Colony Walton.
Off speed outside, 1-2.
Mason, what is that big wall out there? Is that 10 on it, or what is that wall made out of?
I have no idea.
I know you said it will take some funky bounces because you can see the ridges in it.
Pitch is going to miss low and away, 2-2.
2-2 evens the count there. Looks to be another circle change there from Bartholomew. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Colony Walton. 1 out, bottom half of the 6th. Appling County leads 3-0, looking to add on to that 3-run lead.
Ground ball, going to be a tough play for Uglin. He tries to barehand it, and he's going to be safe.
And I don't believe he has a chance at throwing Walton out if he fields that ball cleanly.
I don't think so either. So that'll be a 1-out base runner for the Pirates.
It's going to bring up arguably the hottest Appling County Pirate in the lineup right now in Grayson Hall. And what could be one of those times where you see Hall lay down a sacrifice bunt.
And I was just about to ask, are you going to try the new catcher here? With a 3-run lead, but you got one of the hottest bats in there. A little hit-and-run action, maybe.
You do. Third baseman is not expecting a bunt. As the third baseman's new, everybody's new on the infield.
Pretty good pitch on the inner half. Didn't get the call, 1-0.
It is, but you're trusting Hall right here. He's a senior. He's been here a lot.
I was talking about still in second.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I was referring to the bunting. Everybody's new, though, so.
Fly ball into right field. Right fielder is charging in, and he makes the catch, and they got Walton doubled off. Not sure what Colin was thinking there. Maybe just got a bad read off the bat. But that'll be a double play to end the inning, and that's going to take us into the top half of the 7th. Pirates need 3 outs. With a 3-0 lead, you're listening to Pirate Baseball on 96.7 The Big Wolf.
Hey, y'all, this is Appleton County Sheriff Mark Melton, proud supporter of our Pirate baseball team. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve you as sheriff. I'm seeking re-election, and I'm counting on your vote. When it comes to serving and protecting the citizens of Appleton County, my staff and I will crowd the plate and swing for the fences every single time. So help us hit a home run this election season. I'm Sheriff Mark Melton, and I approve this message.
Woody Folsom Ford is always proud to support the Pirates. When it comes to financing, selection, service, and sales, the team at Woody Folsom Ford knows how to hit it out of the park. Round the bases to Woody Folsom Ford in Baxley and see for yourself.
Let's go!
New or pre-owned, bling or budget, big or small, Woody Folsom Ford has them all. And ask about the lifetime powertrain warranty. It all starts when you talk to Woody.
It's gone!
Go Pirates!
Getting only one fuel bill a month sure saves time and money, and that's just one of the many benefits since Murray Oil and Omaha Oil have teamed up. The combined businesses mean better pricing on most petroleum products. Be sure to fill up at the convenient key pumps just off South Main Street in Baxley, where all grades of fuel are available. And now when you need diesel, they make it easy to get your DEF fluid at the same time with their convenient DEF pump, only at Omaha Oil. Murray Oil and Omaha Oil, working together to better serve you.
All right, welcome back. As Dason Griffiths is going to toe the rubber here in the top half of the seventh. And I think it's his to lose or his to win.
Yep.
As he does have a limited amount of pitches. I don't have an official pitch count. I'm going to say 102 is what I'm at, but I may have missed 2 or 3 foul balls in there.
We'll say he's got about 20 pitches.
Right at it.
And we're up toward the bottom of their lineup.
We are at 6, 7, and 8.
Pirates trying to, or Dason and the Pirates are trying to complete the shutout.
Something North Cobb's not used to seeing.
No. They are used to doing that. In 38 of their games, they had 15 shutouts. That's a huge number.
That first pitch is in there for a called strike, and the official pitch count was at 106. So that'll be 108 right there.
So he's down to 17 pitches. No, 12 pitches.
That one's upstairs, 2-1.
But he can finish the batter.
He can. If he starts it at 119 or even 120, he can finish. 2-1 outside, 3-1.
We're at 110 now.
Upstairs, and that'll be a leadoff walk.
That was the last thing we wanted to see there.
Don't want to get back to the top of this lineup.
No.
As you have 4 batters to play with there. But my guess would be when he runs out of pitches or this batter, you're going to see Colin Ewaldson come in to finish things off.
6-4-3 or 5-4-3, either one would be big here.
It would. First pitch to Tambora, swung on, fouled off. And it's 0-1.
Yeah, you would love to see Griffiths able to finish this game out and not have to go to another arm. Being Appleton County is 3 outs away from forcing a game 3, and you would need all hands on deck here. As you've got Landon Anderson playing no doubles down the line there. Massive hole open between shortstop and third, and Dason Griffiths misses upstairs with a breaking ball.
You could say maybe a little fatigue is setting in on Dason.
1-1, definitely struggled more in this inning than we've seen.
And this is the part where you'll see that day or two shorter of rest coming back to
fastball called for a strike, 1-2
to get him. And the batter thought he was granted time. Home plate umpire stood up out of his stance as he was going to grant it and did not. And then the pitch was called a strike. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here.
Swung on and missed, and that is out number 1.
So we're a double play away here from heading to game 3 tomorrow.
And that is a hat trick for Tambora, his third strikeout of game number 2.
That should put Dason somewhere probably double digits.
And that's going to bring up Ryan Kelly, second baseman. He's 0 for 2 so far in game number 2. Struck out swinging in his first plate appearance, struck out swinging in his second plate appearance.
First pitch swung on and missed, got him to chase one outside.
We don't have the official pitch count numbers up here, but this possibly could be Dason's last batter. Hopefully he can get through him with an out and be less than 120.
0-1 in the dirt. Runner's going to go to second. Here comes the throw down. And they got him. They call him safe.
As the umpire at second base says that he evaded the tag as he slid wide and went on the center field side of second base, but
I didn't think he ever got back to the bag.
That was a bang play. Second base umpire was right on top of it.
Yeah, he's got a better view than me. I'll give him that.
Well, the good thing, that runner means nothing. So focus on the batter in the box. And
so 1-1 the count. Swung on and missed 1-2.
Kelly down in the count here. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And I think if I'm right, he's got 2 pitches to finish this batter, and he can start the next.
Dason reared back right there, and he almost acts like his ankle was bothering, but he had some heat on that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes here to Ryan Kelly. 1 out, top half of the 7th. Appleton County needs 2 outs to force a game 3.
Called strike 3, and that is out number 2, and the Pirates are needing 1 out to force a game 3 here in the state championship against North Cobb.
And for the first time tonight, the majority of Appleton County fans are up on their feet, as they should.
And Coach Griffiths just looked at Dason and told him this is it.
It's got to be, as he had 1 pitch left.
So he can start this batter and finish him.
Doesn't matter if he throws 10 or 15, he can finish the at-bat.
Correct. And it is going to be Brock Parker. I apologize. Brock Parker steps in.
We don't want to see it go past this guy.
We do not. 1 for 2 on the afternoon.
Outside, 1-0.
The clock is fixing to strike at 11 o'clock, and we hope this is fixing to be the end of the night for North Cobb tonight.
1 ball, no strikes to Brock Parker. Appleton County needs 1 out to force a game 3.
Popped up. Isaac Edenfield's under it. He makes the catch for out number 3, and Appleton County has forced a game 3.
And Dason Griffiths with nothing short of a gem on the mound when Appleton County needed it the most.
Gem of a game, 3 hitter right there, no runs. Just you couldn't have asked for a better performance right there out of him.
You sure couldn't. And I'm going to go back to game 1. And I told y'all this earlier. And not to take away from what Dason just did, he just spun a gem, probably the best game he's pitched all year. Actually, I think there's not even a question that's the best game he's pitched all year. Go back to what Caden Walls did in that first game.
Yes.
And you will see how much that may affect us going into game 3. That was a huge job by Caden Walls.
Oh, without a doubt. Caden Walls coming in and doing what he did against this Eagle lineup from North Cobb Christian is nothing short of spectacular. And like you both said, saved Appleton County numerous pitches and numerous arms, in my opinion, as Caden Walls was able to take it all on his shoulders. And we used 1 arm after Colony Watson and what played out to be very critical in game number 2 and could be even larger in game number 3.
And the reason I mentioned that,
I just done the coin toss right there, Taff. I was hoping he would give us an indication of who is going to be the home team tomorrow. I was hoping he would kind of look at a specific coach, and he looks like he's talking to North Cobb. coach now finally.
Has he tossed it yet?
Yeah, he tossed it. It went all the way to the grass, so he's tossing it again. The first toss went all the way in the grass.
Just to look at them, it looked like North Cobb might have got that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. But and going back to the pitching situation, North Cobb had 5 runs through 2 innings, and
we got it. I believe Appleton County's the home team for game number 3.
So after the second inning, so that was 5 more innings in game 1, and 12 innings, Appleton's pitching staff gave up 1 run to one of the hottest hitting teams in the state.
That's right. So North Cobb did not have to hit in the bottom half of the 7th in game number 1. So Caden Walls was 4 complete there, 1 earned run. And then we saw Appleton County's pitching staff go 7 strong here in 1 man, Dason Griffiths, who, like Tav said, arguably, without a shadow of a doubt, threw the best game he's thrown all year when we needed him the most. And that's what your big-time players are supposed to do.
And the reason I mentioned that, Caden Walls, earlier, what that does, looking at game 3 now, that leaves Nance's arm full blast, ready to go. That kept Colin at 60 to 65 pitches. So you got 2 arms that's pitched in the playoffs with some experience that really helps you out going into a game 3. And both of their 1 and 2 guys is pretty well burnt.
Yeah, they're burnt. And Walls probably only threw about 50 to 60 pitches himself. So he's still probably got half of a game left with 60 pitches. He can run all the way to 120. So I'm not just saying this because we are fully on board with the Pirates, but I really want to feel like the Pirates have a little bit of the edge going into game 3. They definitely have the momentum right now. I mean, they just took all the momentum back. I don't know if our boys are staying in Statesboro tonight. If they're going back home, they're going to get to sleep in their own beds. And the North Cobb is definitely not going back home. So just never know. As we said earlier, 2012, this is the same exact thing that happened in 2012. We lost game 1. We come back and won 2 games in a row. And I hope tomorrow at about 8 o'clock we're celebrating the 2nd baseball title in Appleton County history.
I certainly agree with you. And it is getting late into the night as the clock has struck 11. It is 11:03 here. North Cobb takes game 1, 6-2. Appleton County comes back and pitches a shutout 3-0, wins game 2. Have you got any final thoughts, Mason?
Other than the fact that Appleton County pulled through when we needed them the most, Appleton County, thank you for showing up and showing out. Pray that you're all able to make the trip over tomorrow for the pivotal game 3. But, yes, Appleton County, in my opinion, we do have the advantage when it comes to depth on the mound, but I do believe it's going to come down to whoever hits the ball the best and is able to execute little things such as manufacturing runs in areas where we need them the most. But yes, I do believe Appleton County has more depth on the mound, but I believe in the end it's going to be whoever swings the bat the best.
You're exactly right. And if we can keep the North Cobb bats quiet like we have for the last 11 or 12 innings, we definitely have an edge right there.
That we do. That's going to wrap it up here for us as we're fixing to get our butts back to back and make the trip back over here tomorrow, and I will gladly do so.
And I'll say, if you didn't get to make the trip today, find a way to make the trip here tomorrow. And whatever you got to do, beg, plead the boss, tell them to let you off, but don't play till 6 o'clock, and be over here to support these Pirates.
Thank you.
What time? I'm trying to figure out exactly everything, time, coin flip, before I get off this air. So 6 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, Appleton County did win the coin toss, as we will be the home team in game number 3. So for Matt Beecher, Mason Parker, Tav Vaughn, that's going to wrap it up here for us. We will be back in action tomorrow. We'll have it right here for you on 96.7, The Big Wolf. You've been listening to Pirate Baseball.